What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up? Welcome back. Uh wow. Wow. Um wow. What's up everybody? It's your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette. We are here to talk about them dragons. Again, we on episode 4 right now. Wow. This episode. I tried to tell you we had to hurry up and talk. This we had to hurry up. Like I was sitting here trying to put everything together because it madness. I tell you, madness. Okay, hold on. I'm still trying to get my bearings after this episode. First and foremost, we will be talking spoilers here. We're gonna go through the whole episode. If you have not watched episode 4, I need you to go somewhere else, go finish the episode, and then you can come on back here. Unless you just don't care about spoilers, and if that's the case, welcome. But we will be going over this episode to talk about it. Listen, the one thing I've been waiting for the longest is them dragons. Okay, I've been waiting for these dragons, and this episode finally done gave us them dragons. I mean, we've been getting little pieces of dragons, a little pop there, a little Dracarys over there, but now we finally got some dragon royal battles. Just and I don't like it. I don't like how this ended. We took some heavy losses. I don't like it. And this is only episode 4. I mean, how many episodes is it? I want to say it's like 8 episodes, I think. This is what you giving us in episode 4? Okay. All right. Let's get some quick shout outs, see who came back, and then we have to jump into this. We have to. My man Corey is back. What's up? Good to see you, brother. Treese, thank you so much for making it out. My man, Mr. Mitchell's catching on a replay. Shout out to the replay gang. All good. Joy, hey, great to see you again. Thank you so much for being here. Anonymous girl, how you doing? Deborah, good to see you. TT, what's up? Treese, how you doing? Where we go? There we go. My man Cooke the Bully is back. How you doing? Tracy, appreciate you coming through again. Violin Ninja, good to see you. Kimmy J, what is up? Kiki, thank you for coming back. Appreciate you. 8 Mellow, what is up? My man Cal Payne is here. Good to see you. Tanya, appreciate you coming through. Who else did I see? Kristen, hello. Tyrone, what's up? Bander, good to see you. Marsh Rhys came back. Appreciate you. My man Lou is here. Don't Shadow is back. My man Taz is here. Good to see you. On my square. What's up? T-Ville, good to see you. My man Jamal is here. Lawrence, good to see you. Xavier, thank you for coming through. Eugene, what is up? Who else am I seeing? My man Johnny Washington's back. Good to see you as well. I know we got some people coming in. All good. Will T, how you doing? Neville, good to see you. Erica, good to see you as well. All right, guys, listen. Oh, wait, Erica, you new here? Oh, hey, listen, Erica, I appreciate you coming through. Thank you so much. Welcome. We about to have some fun. All right, let's go through this episode because oh my God, there's so much we need to talk about. Oh, this had my blood pressure up. It was so much. So, okay, just like in the last episode, once again, Daemon is out here clearly drinking a little too much milk of the poppy before he goes to sleep. Because my man is back hallucinating again. But this time, he sees Rhaenyra as a kid, once again, and she is sitting on the Iron Throne. Now, she said that he created her, but now she's set on, or now he is set on destroying her because she got chose over by him, by Viserys. Viserys chose her over Daemon. And he's really like, yo, like, stop this. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to deal with this. And of course, what does he do? He chops off her head, right? And the ass, the head was like, isn't this what you always wanted? This is what you wanted, right? Okay. There are a couple questions with this scene. Is this Daemon's true inner thoughts? Or could this be an outside player? Now, we'll get to that outside player in a second, but could this actually be some other force that's playing tricks on Daemon? Is it actually him dealing with what I would say is a realistic thing for someone that was going to be the heir to the throne, who got passed over by a mere kid, someone that he, groomed, so to speak. And then now he ain't got that kind of power no more. I mean, does he really want to kill Rhaenyra? Does he really want to take her head off? I mean, it seems like these are thoughts that he's been battling all this time. Now, I was always under the impression that Daemon's actions always spoke louder than his words. Now, he never really sat here and said, like, well, he did say that it should have been him. He did express that, but his actions have always kind of spoken to the point of it's family first. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, what I'm questioning is it family first or is it Daemon first? And if it happens to involve family, maybe that's fine. I don't know. If the lines seem a little blurred to y'all, let me know what you think about these hallucinations. Is it really him doing all of this like in his own head, or could it actually be something else going on with Daemon? Whatever you think, feel free to let me know. But clearly, my man is not in the right headspace right now. And I think it's clear that he is jealous of Rhaenyra to some degree. I think he is actually jealous. But here's the thing. Two things could be true with Daemon. He could be jealous, and it could also pain him that he wasn't named the rightful heir of the throne. At the same time, I don't think he wants to betray Rhaenyra. I do think he loves her. But based on this dream and the last one, or this hallucination, I think he might be battling his love for her and his love for the power he believes he deserves. So even when he chopped her head off, I don't think he really took pleasure in doing it. So it seemed like, maybe he just doesn't want to deal with that reality, and he could be at odds with that feeling. Maybe. I don't know. But he does get a raven about Aegon's army making moves, because we know Cole's army is pretty much tripled in strength at this point, and they're coming for Haren-hall. Now, real quick, does anybody know, maybe book readers, does this black goat mean anything? I'm not really sure why they showed this black goat. But if this means anything, or if this has some sort of hidden meaning, that, let's just say, if it's not a spoiler, don't say it now. But let me know, does the black goat mean anything here? Just let me know. But anyway, Daemon does show up here, and he's going to meet up with the heir of the Riverland, and this is the grandson of Lord Tully. I think his name is Oscar or something like that. So he shows up basically in Lord Tully's place, and he basically communicates the same thing that everyone's been saying, like, yo, Lord Tully, he's old, he can barely function, but he is still alive. And Damon's like, come on, man. Get you a pillow, right? Get you my pillow, put it over his face, and go ahead and take charge already. I mean, yo, Damon, bro, like, you just got rid of 2 kids, or 1 kid. You just got rid of 1 little kid, and you already trying to get rid of the old man now? Damn, Damon, calm down. Jeez Louise. But hey, Oscar Tully was like, hold on, man. We don't do things around here like that. And I can't be going over my grandfather's hair like that. If my grandfather's alive, he's still in charge. So that clearly is not going to go anywhere, anytime soon. Now we do see Princess Never Ever. She meets up with Alan. And Alan, keep in mind, he's the one who saved Corlys when they were out at sea and he was about to die. Now, she came out to meet the man who saved her husband's life, but it seemed as though she was surprised, at how comely he appeared. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I did not know what comely meant. I had to look it up because I knew it sounded like homely. And I was like, oh, homely. Like you saying he ugly or something. But comely means that you are pleasing to the eye and that you are attractive. And she was like, oh, your mama must have been beautiful. And I'm like, now, Rhys, what you do? Don't be coming in here with all that cougar energy. Your husband ain't dead. I mean, I understand you like the Nestle Quick and the milk, and I get that. But I'm just saying, what you doing? It was just the first impression, right? Anyway, she tells Corlys, because he shows up, that she knows who he is. She said his past was not his fault and that he should be raised up as the Lord of the Tides. Okay. Now I get it. Alan was a bastard. Now that makes sense. Because the first time I saw it, I was like, wait a minute now. Rhaenys, why are you touching all up on this man's face? But she is understanding that Alan has been, and he's always been a bastard of Corlys. And probably this explains a lot more, right? Now, Rhaenys really, she wasn't really confronting Corlys about this, not in a bad way. She understood, given the fact that Alan looks older, she probably understood like, yo, this was before me anyway. Or I don't know, maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but Alan does look older than Laenor and the other sons. I don't know if this was, maybe his sea adventures, whatever the case, it doesn't really matter. And Rhaenys doesn't seem to really care about it one way or another. What she does care about is who is going to take over Driftmark. Because remember, in their last conversation in the last episode, the only people they got left since Laenor is gone is Rhaena, but she's off babysitting right now, and Joffrey, and he's only 6 years old. So Alan right now does seem like the best person to inherit Driftmark. And I would also say this probably explains why this man was so bald. Because like at first I was like, okay, what's the big deal? But if he is a bastard, he probably got some silver blondish looking hair. Because, he got to hide his real identity. Keep in mind, this is the same thing that Laenor did when he had to go off on his own place. He had to shave his head too because he couldn't show people who, what his lineage was. But this also probably explains why Alan was like, yo, I don't want no handouts from Corlys. Corlys was probably like, yo, let me make it up to you. You did save my life and all of that. But, now we see that Alan, when he was rejecting his brother and Corlys's offer to basically accept the reward for saving his life, he's like, nah, I want to make it on my own. And now it makes more sense. Now this makes more sense. But he is, he's going to be the heir. I'm assuming he's going to be the heir to Driftstone or Driftmark. And yeah, so this is cool. This is cool that now we actually know Alan's true identity. And I'm guessing that this will play out later. Now, at first, I did have a question. Does this make Alan a potential dragon rider? Now, I don't, book readers, if y'all can help me with this as well. I think because the Valerians and the Targaryens are from old Valeria, that means that they have connections to dragons. So I don't think you have to be only a Targaryen to ride a dragon. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that as long as you have ties to old Valyria, you have the potential to ride a dragon, I think. Okay, if it's a spoiler, don't tell me that. I'm thinking out loud. I'm thinking out loud. But I'm seeing here that my question will be answered. That's all I need to know. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's all listen. I appreciate y'all not spoiler stuff. I do, because I ain't read it and I ain't trying to read it, but I like this. I'm glad to see that. All right, so we see here that back at King's Landing, Alicent is playing with a dragon toy, and then she happens to drop it. She drops it and it breaks. Now, I think that this is clearly foreshadowing. A dragon falling, breaking. Yeah, that's clearly got to be some foreshadowing. Oh, and I almost forgot. Rhys, so she is being called back to Dragonstone mainly because Rhaenyra is gone. And because she's gone, her council is getting mad thirsty to go to war. And they need Rhys to come back and help out, right? Okay, so we got that. This is what she has to do. Now, we do go back with Alicent, and it looks like the Grand Maester brought her some of that Plan B tea. And, he said that he made it himself. As you can see, he kind of kept it under wraps so nobody else could see it. And, he reminded Alicent, like, yo, whoever takes this, they gonna get them bubble guts. So just be aware. Okay, let them know they gonna catch the bubble guts. So Alicent, she was like, yo, DEI Grand Maester, do you believe that King Viserys would have wanted Aegon to succeed him? And the Grand Maester was like, hey, he said exactly what needed to be said. Yo, Grace, I don't know. That ain't none of my business, and it's above me now. And I just want y'all to remember that even in fictional fantasy, Black people will always stay minding their business. It is a constant, okay? And anytime you see Black folks just not minding their business, you gonna take me right out the story. Even in fiction with dragons flying around, Black folks are gonna mind their business. Because even if Viserys did tell him something or not, that ain't for him. That's above his pay grade. What you want me to sit here and comment on whether the king should be legitimately on the throne or not? Ma'am, let me go mix up my herbs and spices. What are you talking about? I want to keep my Black job. What are you talking about? No. So listen, I like this brother. I like this man. He knows what to say, and he not gonna lose his Black job. I love it. Anyway, so Alicent, we see she gets the chugging because that Plan BT was always for her anyway. So, excuse me. We go back to Dragonstone, and while we're there, we see here that basically the council is they thirsty. The council is thirsty for blood. They want them dragons to come on out. They see Baela giving the report about Cole's army moving in. And this dude right here, where's he at? Sir Alfred. This guy right here, he has been popping off at the mouth every single time. I told y'all about him last episode. He keeps popping off at the mouth because he wants to go to war. He wants to do all this stuff. And I don't know if y'all caught what he said. He said, like, yo, all we need to do is have an army and we can go, run up on Cole like ASAP. And he was like, if only we had some real leadership around here. And Baela, shout out to Baela, she was like, oh, hey, if you want to go run up with your dragon on Cole, please go ahead. Listen, I don't like this man's. Listen, I don't know if y'all remember, but he been popping off at the mouth a lot. This Alfred dude. Last time, Eric had to give him that look. Another time, Rhys had to give him that look. People, listen. I don't know. I don't know if he's even important. All I know is he be saying a little too much too fast, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But I will say he was not wrong, because I too agreed that Baylor should have lit Cole's butt on fire, should have burned them all down when they had the chance. But she didn't want to do that. Not at that time. She was under a different command. But we also see here that there is no word coming from Daemon at Haren-hall, despite the fact that many ravens have been sent out to him. Now, keep in mind that he was supposed to raise an army and bring that to Rhaenyra's side and bring those people out of the Riverlands, but they were not aware that they were all still having their whole civil war. And of course, that the leadership is too old or whatever, especially dealing with Lord Tully that nobody respects because he's just an old fart. Now, once again, you have this Sir Alfred dude, and he is bucking up again. He's like, yo, we need some real leaders around here. And this is poking a direct shot at Rhaenys, who's there, by the way. And the moment he starts talking about that, in comes her boo thing, her man, Corlys, and immediately, look at his face. Look at his face. Sit down. You sit down. Now, I just want to remind y'all that Sir Alfred and the rest of the council, they were just being sexist. Because let's not act as though Rhaenys was not running all of Driftmark when Corlys was sick and away. She was also named to be the queen, or she was going to be named the queen, but that went to Viserys. So she's definitely qualified, but in this world, of course, women, nobody really cares about that. But the moment a guy steps in, then that's when everybody chills out. So there you have it. We see Cole has taken over. What is this? The House of Darkland. Now he gave everybody a choice. He said, yo, y'all can bend the knee, y'all can get down, or you could lay down. But if you lay down, you better stay down. And some people, they chose to stay down. They was like, nah, we ain't going, And Cole was like, I bet. No big deal. It's fine by me. Chop. There goes his head. They called him the Kingmaker, which I'm assuming is a very derogatory term for him as well. So Cole decides that he wants to head east instead of west towards Haren-hall. So now we start to see the first inkling of Cole's plan. Now that he has an army, now that his strength has grown, instead of going to Haren-hall, which would be the predictable and more likely thing to do, he wants to go east. And this clearly seems kind of backwards as a plan. Now, back at King's Landing, Aegon is pissed. Woo, this man is pissed that Daemon has Lord Clubfoot's Haren-hall castle. But Clubfoot said, yo, they're broke over there. I control all the money. Haren-hall, it's just gonna depress Daemon the longer they wait out. The families out there, all the men are they just toiling because they're at a civil war, and it's not a big deal. Meanwhile, Cole is out there collecting small castles and gathering more men. And Aegon is like, yo, why didn't anybody tell me about this plan? What the hell? Am I not the king? And once again, he does not want to be made to look like the fool in front of his allies. And here he goes with his insecurities again. In case you have not figured it out, Aegon is a classic case study of imposter syndrome. He wants to look like this big grand king, but he's not. And everyone knows that he's not. and he is deathly afraid of everyone seeing through him. But listen, I don't know if y'all remember, the only person that used to keep it 100 with Aegon was Otto. Otto was the only one that was like, hey, they do think you're weak. They do think you a chump. They do think you are feckless. Ooh, yes, I found another way. Y'all remember, we got to add feckless into this one way or another every week. But yeah, ain't nobody checking for Aegon. Don't nobody care about him like that. He ain't got no respect. I mean, he worse than Rodney Dangerfield. Nobody respects him at all. And Aemond steps up and says, like, oh yeah, by the way, Cole is going for Rook's Rest, which is a small castle, but strategically, it will cut off Dragonstone by land. And Aemond wants to have this war basically won with a large army and have dragons flying behind them and not in the front. And, you know, Aegon is like, oh, no, man, I want Haren-hall, you know. But Aemond is like, man, listen, dog, this is already happening. Like, the moves have already been made. And when Aegon realized this, he was like, hold on, y'all was plotting and scheming behind my back without my consent? How y'all making moves without me? I'm the king. And that's when Aemond pulled out his High Valyrian, and he was like, oh, yeah, I know, brother, but you was a little too busy. You know, you remember you was out there drinking with your boys, going to the brothels, having fun out there, doing bad things with your friends and smoking cigarettes. You remember? It was a good time the other night. So, you know, we made plans without you. And look, oh boy, look at Aegon's face, boy. He just out there getting taught. Oh, it's hurting. His face is getting crushed. But Aemond flipped the script on his brother. Don't forget, just the last episode, Aegon took away the one safe place in that cougar Lady of the Night's bosom that Aemond had as a safe place. He took that away, and Aegon made fun of Aemond and embarrassed him. And y'all already know the one thing you cannot do with Aemond is make fun of him. Because when you make fun of him, all them childhood tragedies and all that stuff, I already told y'all not going to make fun of little Timmy in the back of the room that got the biggest dragon. You're not going to do that. He going to come up and Dracarys the whole school. And what is he doing? All he's doing is making fun of Aemond. But Aemond flipped the script. And he talking to him in High Valyrian, which, by the way, only these two should technically know as royals, as Targaryens. They're the only ones that really should know this High Valyrian. The rest of the council, they don't know what they're talking about. But Aemond is putting him on the spot. And he was like, hey, man, if you got a better plan, you better let the council know. You know, and he's playing on Aegon's weakness. And he's taunting him in the same way. You know, and it's the same way that like Aegon was taunting Aemond. The difference here is that this was a deeper cut because technically you can't embarrass the king in front of people like that. You will just get killed, even if you're Aemond. Like you cannot publicly embarrass him. But Aemond was so strategic with this and made it so private and so high level that he actually found a loophole. And I love it. Because you start to even see that Aegon, he don't know how to speak no real High Valyrian. He don't know. I can make the war I can make with me like the war. That's what Aegon was saying because he couldn't speak High Valyrian. And this just really shows once again that Aegon was never properly prepared to be the king. You know, Viserys, he taught Rhaenyra High Valyrian, well, her and Daemon, whatever. But you can see that the real heirs, that they learned the ways and stuff. Even Jason them, we saw last season, they were learning High Valyrian. Aegon was not paying attention. He didn't care. He didn't even want to be king. But Aemond is kind of showing him up right now, like, hey, voulez-vous, yo keto taco, he was saying all of that stuff in High Valyrian, and my man was just out here like, the war. I likes the war. So again, this is just proof that Aegon is not the true king, and he's not a good qualified king. My man got humbled real fast. Put that man in his place real fast. And Aemond was like, okay, let us continue. Now we go back to Alicent and we see that she's collecting some hot rocks as a heating pad because, as you know, she just took that Plan BT. And what did the DEI Grand Meister tell her? It's going to give her the bubble guts. That's why she needs the heating pad to help her out. And just like that, boom, Sir Clubfoot comes in and he immediately notices that she was drinking a little something something in her cup. And that caused her to miss their council meeting. Now, he mentions how Alicent mustn't worry about Sir Cole, or how that she must be worried about Cole since, he was her sworn sword and all that. But she gives the safe answer, I think, excuse me, and says that, we should all pray for the hand of the king. It's all good, And he then says that, like, you've been acting a little strange lately, my lady. Like, my queen, what's been going on, And she was like, look, I've lost my husband only a couple of weeks ago, and we about to go to war. Yeah, I'm acting a little off. Excuse me for being stressed. First of all, I did not realize it had only been a couple of weeks. Like, that was it. This felt like months have already gone by. You mean to tell me Viserys done decrepit self just died like 2 weeks ago? That was it? All right. I mean, I know the show does a lot of jumping and stuff, but all right. But she's playing. I mean, listen, she knows that Sir Clubfoot basically is a snake. She knows, Now, by the way, did y'all notice? Not one shoe was taken off. This a power move. I feel like she like, nah, I'm not giving you nothing no more. I feel like she's finally starting, you know what I'm saying, to like grow in her own. And I didn't see no slippers come off. Maybe I don't know, maybe I missed it, but I ain't see no slippers come off. And Clubfoot, he's like, he's still kind of suspicious. He even asked her about like Viserys's decision to name Aegon his successor. And he asked if she now doubts his intentions. And she basically put it plainly, was like, listen, none of that stuff even matters. War is coming. And whatever Viserys wanted, it died with him. It is what it is. Now, we all know this dude is going to find out sooner or later everything. He's going to, if he doesn't already. And I guess a better question is, do y'all think he already knows what's really going on with Alicent and Cole? Does he already know? Because a lot of his questions to me were like, why are you asking these questions? Why are you asking all these questions? Because I was like, bro, like, he got half of the servants on payroll already. So now the fact that he's sitting here asking about Cole, and he just so happened to be asking about Viserys's, last minute thing. What? Why would that even be a question you would think to come up with unless you got tipped off? Now, he is the master of whispers, so anything is possible. I don't know. Maybe one of those people, the religious ladies, maybe they told him. Because I just don't know how he found out this stuff, if he does know. But y'all let me know if you think he knows already. Because I'm just like, I was kind of shocked by his line of questioning. Because I'm like, how do you already know any of this stuff? But anyway, we go back to Haren-hall. And Daemon is still, boy, he is doped up or something. Because my man is having them visions again. I don't know what milk of the poppy he's still drinking at night, but this time it looks like Aemond is walking around the castle, and as Daemon ends up following him. It turns out to actually be Daemon himself in an eye patch. And as he gets there, he finds himself in the room of Alice. Now, first of all, before we talk about this chick, what did y'all think about this hallucination? I'm wondering if, because it seems like all the hallucinations, the one thing that they have in common is some form of guilt from Daemon's past actions. You saw Jaehaerys, you saw Rhaenyra being named the heir, and then him killing her, whatever. And now you see him almost turning into Aemon. Do you feel as though maybe Daemon feels responsible for making Daemon what he is? Is it possible that Daemon has some sort of guilt with that? I don't know. But y'all let me know. Feel free to let me know. Then we got to get to this chick, Alice. Now, I already told y'all before, I don't like her. I didn't like her in the last episode because she had only one line, and the only line was, "Oh, you gonna die here," and that's it. So I don't like the fact that she's probably right. I don't want to see Daemon go out at all. Now, she said that she's some sort of Meister since the last one ran away, and she told him that Haren-hall was cursed, and that the bed he was sleeping in was made from a heart tree. Supposedly, the heart trees have spirits inside them, and you know, that they could be haunted, I guess, in some way. But then she asked him if he's there to make a claim without his wife, kind of a way to make Haren-hall his own claim, which I think might be true. It could be the case that Daemon has actually been doing this for himself to prove that he is, or at least could have been, a more worthy heir to the throne. And you know, then of course she gives him some sort of drink or whatever, something to drink. And the moment he ends up drinking this thing, he ends up in a meeting with the rest of the people there, and he doesn't remember anything. He doesn't remember anything, and he didn't even realize that he was the one that called this Blackwood guy there in the first place. And apparently, this guy, the same guy, also tried to marry Rhaenyra, but he does end up pledging his sword and his men to Daemon. Now, okay, before we go on, I just need to know. Oh, by the way, no, there was one more hallucination. Yeah, so he did think that he saw his wife there, and clearly that was not her. So whatever is going on with Daemon is still going on. Whatever this is, I don't know. If this is a curse, I don't know if this is just this place that is haunted. But I am curious. Like, she said that she was something like a Meister, kind of, sorta. I mean, is this lady a witch? Is she a witch? Because I'm getting red witch vibes from her, but she's not wearing red, you know. So I'm assuming maybe she's a different type of witch. And did y'all see what she was cooking up? Like, how you gonna make tea in your hand full of blood and stuff? What were you cooking? What was she cooking? What? Now that I think about it, y'all think she sacrificed that black goat from earlier? I'm just saying, like, so earlier I talked about how Daemon and these hallucinations could be of his own volition, could be his own guilt or whatever. But the way she was talking to him as if she knew about him, like she knew secret things about him. Now, maybe she could just read him, because again, it's common knowledge that he was passed up and all that stuff. And maybe she's just, you know, there's a big parlor trick. But I'm wondering if this actually has to be some real supernatural stuff going on. Now, let's not forget, this is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, we know witches can do some things around here. Okay, we seen it. Okay, in the last Game of Thrones, we seen what the Red Witch could do, and we saw how ugly she was too. Now they ain't had no red balloons to pop back then, but we saw her back then, and I don't want to see that again. But I'm starting to feel like this lady is doing something to Daemon, and I'm shocked that he would even drink whatever it is that that she gave to him. Like, bro, why would you drink anything from the creepy lady that had her hands in the blood? Like, what are you doing? All right. Anyway, let's take a quick break. Let's see some of these here comments. Okay, I'm gonna try and get these closer to so Alicent the Pious is out here smashing while unmarried and aborting babies. Listen, she clearly is not pro-life. You know, she religious. She religious now. And she'll probably tell other people not to do these things, but she clearly out there taking that Plan BT. Whole hypocrite. Whole hypocrite. Let's see. Corey, Cole is earning that hand badge. Kingmaker Cole. Yeah, he is. I mean, listen, the one thing Cole is good at is battle. He's good at battle. He's good at strategy. This is his actual job, is to go do strategic things. Now, as a hand, I don't know about that. But as a general, as a military mind, this is something that it is his thing. Corey, yes. Easy. Christian Cole is true to this war thing. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for that. You said again, Aemond don't forgive. That job is for the gods. Listen, my man Aemond came with the straight up heat for his brother, and he not letting go. He got his foot on Aegon's neck, and he is not letting go. I mean, clearly we're gonna see that later, but my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna save those other ones for later. All right, where are we here? Yes, Daemon is still hallucinating. Now Aegon, he is at his council, and he is getting real tired of hearing about all the cool things. Kristen Cole just conquered another castle. Kristen Cole just tripled his army. Christian. And Aegon is like, I am sick of this man. Okay. And basically, he just wishes that it was him that they were talking about like this. That's all. And he goes like a big boy king straight to his room. And who's in there but his mama? Now, she was looking for some old history books from Viserys. I'm not sure why, but she was looking for those books. And Aegon is just so mad. He is mad that his council is ignoring him. He doesn't care, and they don't care what he thinks. And Alicent told him, like, listen, you thought wearing the crown was going to make you wise? You didn't even earn that. Okay, but I did. Okay, I put in the work. I ended up becoming queen. Matter of fact, when Viserys was dying, I was the one running things, you know. And he was like, but mama, what am I supposed to do? And she was like, look, be cool. Be cool. And you need to recognize that, like, we the ones that put you on the throne. Okay. She told him, you need to sit there and be quiet. Do nothing. And you could see this man's face. Look at his face. He cannot compute. This broke him right there. At this point, she went full auto on him. Because this is what Otto used to do to Alicent. Remember, I told y'all, they come from a broken family. After Alicent learned that she didn't know nothing about the Song of, Ice and Fire and all that stuff, now she going into full auto mode, and she's like, you know what? I put you there. Me and your granddaddy, we put you there. You didn't earn nothing. Why? Because you're feckless. That's why. You're feckless. and you're not wise, and you're weak. And the best thing you can do is to sit down and be quiet. That's all. Be quiet. Let us run things. Because every time you get involved, Aegon, you mess up. We saw what he did with the rat catchers, undid everything that they already plotted and had going in his favor. Boy, out here, look at his face. Trifling. Just out here trifling and feckless. And his own mama had to break him down. This is bogus. It's messed up. But it is what it is. I mean, listen. Did she lie? Because keep in mind, Alicent is all in right now. She already knows that he was put on there based off of misunderstanding. So at this point, she's like, listen, I don't even have to play with this no more. We just have to play this Game of Thrones. And it is what it is. Ooh, look at his face. Ooh, he was so shook. He was just, ooh. And look at it. She looking like Cersei right here. I'm getting the Cersei vibes right here. She like, listen, just sit down and be quiet. I love it. I love it. Now we go to the battlefield and we see Cole telling his men to get ready to attack the Tully Castle right now. And Sir Gawain was like, hold on, wait, what? You want us to attack in the daylight? Have you lost your mind? Have the old gods and the new gods done made you crazy? You want us to go? Did you not remember the dragon that almost burnt us to the crisp just a couple hours ago? You want us to go back outside? What? And Cole was like, yeah, we going. It is what it is. But keep in mind, his concern is the fact that Dragonstone is not that far away. Keep in mind, they are moving closer east, which is closer to Dragonstone and not closer to Haren-hall. So Cole was like, nah, excuse me. That's cool by me. We good over here. Let's go. Let's go. So they pack up their army and they start getting ready for war. We go back to Dragonstone and Rhaenyra has finally made her return. And she was informed about Cole's growing army and his movements. She revealed that she went to go meet Alicent, and Jace was about to lose his mind. He was like, you could have died out there. What are you doing? And Rhaenyra had to check him like, first of all, I'm queen and I'm your mama. Be quiet. But she had to know whether or not she was actually going to have to go to war. And now that she knows that they have to go to war, that's it. Like they already know, she knows now that there's nothing to hold back. There's nothing for her to sit here and to think about and to hold back at all. They just got to go. They in the end game now. That's what she realized. And as she's sitting there telling them about all this, once again, Sir Alfred, who was the habitual line stepper, stepped up again and said that Cole is baiting them to come on out and to fight. And remember that the castle that Cole is going for is now going to handicap Dragonstone from having any type of advantage trying to move an army on the mainland. So sending out a dragon is the only real option that Rhaenyra has at this moment. And she was going to go. She was like, listen, I volunteer myself as tribute. You know, shout out to her being a true leader. And Jace was like, nah, you need to send me instead. But Jace ain't got no experience. He ain't fought no real battles, not with a dragon anyway. And just like that, Princess Never Ever stepped up to the plate. She does have the largest dragon, and she does have battle experience. And she's going to go after Cole. And this is the right move. Immediately when this happened, I'm like, the first thing I think about is what Daemon said. How many times have we talked about this? Daemon has been right. Daemon was right in season 1, and Daemon was right in this season as well. What did Daemon say the first time? He said, yo, Rhaenys, squad up. We got to go handle Vhagar right now. If your dragon and my dragon team up, we can go take Vhagar out by ourselves. And nobody listened to Daemon. Nobody listened to Daemon. He was right. He was right. This pains me now. This pains me. Let me get these comments here. Tracy. Alicent said, Aegon, your job is to just be quiet. And it was. And he did. He did. That was it. He had no other choice. Oh. Corey. Aegon should have listened to his mama. Yeah. I mean, his mama was right. His mama was right. I did not like this moment because you could kind of already see it happening. You saw what was going. Ooh, but it was the smart play. She did have the biggest dragon. It did make sense for them, and you have to. I hate to do this, but you got to actually give Kristen Cole some credit. This was strategically a good plan, and it was a trap. It was clearly a trap. But this stronghold, while they were so focused on Haren-hall, this one little place was the one strip of land that if they ever got an army, that's where their men were supposed to travel. And if they lose that spot, they had to send out a dragon. Now, I'm just saying, I would have sent some backup. You know, that's just me. I know one dragon could go ahead and do it. But as much as I don't like that dude, Sir Alfred, he was right. He said it in the meeting. He was like, yo, Cole is baiting us. He's telling, ain't no reason why you gonna have a man with his army go out in broad daylight after he's been going out at night all this time conquering stuff, and then now you don't. I'm disappointed that no one in this council could have came up with a counter plan. That's all, because Team Green got dragons too. Now their dragons are smaller. I get that. And I think what they did was they probably overestimated and believed that Vhagar was never going to show up. I think that's what they thought. I think they was like, you know what? Ain't nobody worried about them other dragons. They all some little punks anyway. Vhagar is the only threat. But if Vhagar leaves the city, then the city's vulnerable. They not go. So I think they got outthunk at that point. But they still hurt. It still hurt. Anyway, Aegon has clearly had enough. And my man said enough is enough, and it's time for a change. And I guess he was acting like a little cat right here when he was pushing this little dragon vase. And what did he do? He dropped the vase. Now, once again, golden vase, dragon, or at least golden color, smashing to the ground. Foreshadowing much? This is the second time we got a dragon fall to the ground and break. Feel like this is some foreshadowing. And Aegon has clearly made up his mind here. He's going out to war. He don't care. He's going to take his dragon Sunfire. He's going out to war. And, you know, at the same time, we see Rhaenys. She's out there. She's getting her dragon ready. She going out to war. Everybody is ready. Cole is getting ready. He's moving his army in the broad daylight now. He's ready to go to war. Everything is about to go down. Meanwhile, Rhaenys ends up telling Jace about the actual Song of Ice and Fire. And I don't like this. The reason why I don't like this is because the Song of Ice and Fire has been passed down from one heir to the other. Even Daemon didn't know about this. Alicent, the queen, she didn't even know about this, about Aegon the Conqueror's dream. The reason why I don't like this is because I feel like the moment Rhaenyra gives up that dream, that was the only plot device that was protecting her from getting got. Now, I don't remember what happens to Rhaenyra. I remember something in Game of Thrones that Joffrey spoils it or something like that. Whatever. I just don't like the fact that the one thing that made her valuable, she gave it up to Jace. Because now, maybe this protects Jace because we need this story to continue. But I can't, I don't want Rhaenyra to go. Like, not now. Can she die of old age? Book readers don't tell me nothing. But I need Rhaenyra to die of old age. Can somebody die of old age? I mean, Viserys can't be the only one to die at 95. I need somebody. Oh. I don't like this. I don't like it. I feel like she sealed her fate right there. I don't like it. I mean, listen. I know that we are in Star Wars Rogue One territory. I know we in that. Everybody gonna die. I know that. It's just that I just don't want them to die early. I don't want them to die early. That's all. I don't know. I don't know. Man. All right. Excuse me. This messed me up. Anyway, we got Aegon out here thinking that he all big and bad, getting ready to go in the battle. And, you know, the battle, everybody is getting tough. Everybody's, staking their stuff. And then, like, as the dragon is seen, as Rhaenys comes through on her dragon, all of a sudden Cole says, yo, sound the alarm. And once this alarm is sounded, oh my goodness. So now this is where things really start to turn up. Rhaenys immediately sees Aegon on his dragon. Look at him. Look at him. After she starts burning them up, she sees Aegon on his little dragon. And the first thing you could see on her face was barbecue chicken. Because she immediately knows what's about to go down. She has to go right after Aegon and his inexperienced dragon. Because his dragon can't fight. He can't fight. But as they start fighting, we see here that Vhagar has been laying in wait all this time. But as Aemond was about to go, he sees that his brother is out there and he's like, man, you stupid idiot. Just, oh. And then everybody else notices that Vhagar, that Aegon is out there as well. And this changes everything. This ruins Cole's plan because he was never supposed to be out there. She goes after that barbecue chicken. She ready. She love it. Look at her face. She like, I'm finna take this little boy and I'm about to kill the king. Look at his dumb self. He like, Dracarys. Man, she like, you don't think I know about this? Hold on. Let me pull that little 1-2 spin move. Rah. Look at that. Dragons. Ooh, dragons. Scratch. Clawed. Already chopped up. Look at that. Getting shanked in midair. Clawed that dragon up. Fell straight from the sky. And there she, just falling. And then here comes a new challenger with Vhagar and Aemond right there, coming right after him. Oh. And Aegon was happy. He was like, oh yeah, we're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we got dragons. Yeah, buddy. Aemond finna help me. Right? Right, Aemond? You about to help me, right? And Aemond said, Dracarys. and that Dracarys took Aegon and Rhaenys. They both took a shot, but the bigger shot ended up being Aegon. And he went down, pew, all the way to the ground. Now, Rhaenys, she's flying on her dragon, and she had to make a decision. She made the decision to turn around and go after Vhagar. And I'm sitting here like, Rhaenys, why are you doing this? And you see her, she got strapped in all the way because you could see it in her face. She was like, it's go time. This was the point where I was like, no! What are you doing? Turn your tail back to Dragonstone. Turn around. Go get you another dragon. Listen, you and Rhaenyra together, y'all could take Vhagar down. Shoot, man, all of y'all, Rhaenyra, Jace, Baela, all of y'all could have ganged up on Vhagar right there. You couldn't send a Raven? Something? Regroup. You cannot fight Vhagar by yourself. Oh, and you already know. Aemond is ready for all that dragon smoke. He been born ready, straight off of fish and spaghetti. He see the big picture, even with one eyeball. And look at this. The battle is on. Would y'all look at the size difference between these two? Look at the size of Vhagar versus, what is her name? Meleys. And it's on and popping. The dragons are going at it. And I will say, Rhaenys' dragon got some good licks in there. Woo, look at Vhagar. Vhagar mad. Ooh, got that stomach chopped up. Got mad with that one. Even Aemond was like, hold on, wait a minute now. Because again, you know, Rhaenys, she ain't no chump. She has battle experience. You know? Now, the only difference here, even though Vhagar is experienced as well, you know, it's the size difference. But oh my gosh, this battle in the air. Come on now. Would y'all look at the dragons in the air? I did not know I was gonna love seeing dragons fight in the air this much. I did not expect this. The fact that we got these now, I want to see the old dragons. Now I want to see the old dragons that was 10 times these sizes. Now I want to see some bigger fights. But this was on point. I absolutely loved it. So good. While these dragons are getting their licks in and both of them are going down, Sir Cole also gets knocked out. Excuse me. And now you see Vhagar is down. And one more time, Rhaenys takes a look at her dragon. Her dragon's like, you sure? We doing this? Is this what we on? And Rhaenys just had that look on her face like, we got to go get some more. We got to go get some more. Rhaenys, go home. Rhaenys, go home. Rhaenys, fly home. Please. You got your lick in on Vhagar. You got your lick in. You did some damage. Go home. Live to fight another day. Please. But my girl was a G. She said, nah. We got to see this to the end. And here was the classic mistake. Anytime, and we've seen this already, whenever Vhagar disappears, y'all remember this? When Luke couldn't find where big old Vhagar was, and now Rhaenys going back for another piece, and she can't find him. When you cannot find a big old dragon the size of Vhagar, you know it's a wrap for you. And just like that, Vhagar came and took a bite out of crime in Rhaenys' dragon. And just like that, you saw the life fall out of the dragon's eyes. And we saw the crushing blow to Rhaenys as she saw defeat. And that was the end of Princess Never Ever, Rhaenys Targaryen. Just feel like we just need a moment of silence. Just she was a real one. She was a real one. And she will be missed. She was, what a way to go. But hey, listen, she went out like a G. She went out like a real dragon rider. Real dragon rider to the end. Anyway, unfortunately, Criston Cole woke up. He goes to look for Aegon, and you can look at this devastation. Look at all this destruction from this battle fight. And this is just from one of the dragons, just fighting them. This is clearly ridiculous. But Cole ends up going to look for him, and he finds Aemond at the battle site, at the crash site. Now, I thought Aemond was going to kill him. I thought Aemond was going in to kill Aegon, but he was actually sheathing his sword and putting it away. And we see that close-up of Aegon. Extra crispy, a little spicy, laid out. And would you look at Cole's face? Cole is jacked up. Why? Because this is all his fault. And by the way, Aemond was like, this is above me now. I'm out. But Cole, oh, this is all his fault. Once again, you had one job. Your job was to protect the king. First, you went as the Lord Commander and sacrificed 2 people with the Erics. Then you messed up. I'm sorry, before that, you messed up because you was knocking them iron boots and you did not protect Queen Helena's kid, Jaehaerys. That's 2. And now, for whatever reason, the king died on your watch. I mean, I know that wasn't part of his plan. I get that. Because Aegon did go off on his own. I get that. But he's still going to get the blame. I feel like he's still going to get the blame. Because keep in mind, this whole plan was Cole's plan, and it was not authorized by Aegon. So yes, Aegon went off on his own, but Cole also went off on his own. Kind of. So I guess the better question is, do y'all think Aegon is dead? There are 2 possibilities here. He could just be extra crispy right now. We don't know. If he's not dead, this is going to be a problem. If he's not dead, he knows that Aemond took a shot at him. Now, Aemond could say, oh, you know, you was in the way and blah, blah, blah. Maybe. He could say that. But this could be a problem. I'm thinking if Aegon is still alive, he definitely gonna have some sort of beef with his brother. Cole has got to get fired. I think this is the last straw, and Cole might get fired, and this is how Sir Larys Clubfoot ends up becoming the new hand. Now, if Aegon is dead, that means Aemond is the new king. Because remember, Jaehaerys is dead. That Jaehaerys was going to be next in line. But if Aegon is dead, Aemond got to be the new king. Y'all don't want Aemond as king. Aemond as king is scary to me because he's smarter than Aegon. He's more strategic than Aegon. He's more menacing than Aegon. Aemond would be like a smarter, more mature Joffrey, but not, not as reckless. And I feel like if Aegon is dead, and if Aemond does become king, this is going to make this a whole lot more clear in terms of good guy versus bad guy. Like now, because at first it'd be one thing to say like, Aegon, he had plausible deniability, I guess. Like he was stupid. He was immature. It wasn't his choice. We saw them kind of acting like, oh, he's kind of nice here. Oh, he's a little naive. So it wasn't really a clear line of like good versus bad and whatever. Shout out to Team Black all day. But if Aemond takes the throne, oh, we got problems. Matter of fact, Rhaenyra got problems. I mean, that's been the only thing holding Aemond back is the fact that his brother's always been getting in the way. So I don't know. All right, guys. Let me grab some of these comments and then we'll get into this. Kiki, Aemond's Dracarys Aegon intentionally. I think so. Because he clearly saw the shot. What's he gonna say? Like, oh man, I didn't see you, brother. My bad. I didn't see. What's he gonna say? He clearly took the shot because he knew what he was doing. Tracy, how feckless and trifling Cole escaped the carnage without being fried up extra hard on that battlefield. More Plan BT for Alicent. Yes. I was very disappointed my man didn't even come out with a charred finger or something. He needed something. But nah, he came out. But listen, the dude that got beheaded, he said that Cole's gonna get his. So I'm hoping Cole will get his. I think that the show knows we need that payoff. So I think we will get that sooner or later. Corey, what you said here? Oh yeah, they do got dragons. Oh well, let's go. Listen, all the dragons are out now. Like now that dragons have been used, this is like nuclear war. When you shoot one missile, everybody finna shoot their missiles. It's all the way now. Corey again. Aemond, sorry, big bro. You're in the way. Dracarys. That's exactly what he said. I don't even think he said sorry. I don't even think he did that. And Corey again, thank you so much. Big body Vhagar on creep in them woods. Listen, how the hell did Vhagar get there and nobody saw this mountain flying? Nobody saw that big old green dinosaur flying in the air? Because he surprised the other troops too. They didn't even know. I'm saying, not even Baylor, where was you at? Wasn't that Baylor's job to keep an eye out for where Vhagar is? No, nobody was on patrol. Nobody saw that big old blotch in the sky just flying around. And yes, remember, kids, don't drink and dragonfly. Yeah, that's true. Aegon was drinking right before, but he needed that liquid courage. He ain't got no courage. Aegon was always an imposter. Kiki, what you got? Vhagar snatched the Red Queen, aka Meleys, like a bad A kid. Yeah, I mean, you just cannot mess with him. You can't mess with Vhagar. But what I liked about this is the fact that Vhagar is not invincible. She clearly got some good licks in on Vhagar. You know, now I don't know if these licks or wounds are going to be something that stays with them. Like, I don't know if they're lasting, but I think it did show that it is possible to take Vhagar down. Because why? Because Daemon was right. Because he said 2-on-1, you know, that is the thing. Is Vhagar a female? I didn't know that. Okay, my bad. But, you know, Vhagar got to go down. Vhagar has got to go down. What you got here, Kiki? Remember during Game of Thrones season 8, the Long Night episode, we got a preview of Dance of the Dragons. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And we needed more. I want more. I want more dragons. Thank you so much. I want more. I definitely want more. But all right, guys. So this is the part in the show where I need you guys to let me know what was your rating for episode 4 of House of the Dragon on a scale from 0 to 10. Let me know in the comments, what did you think about this episode 0 to 10? While you guys do that, I'll give you my thoughts. Action, perfect. You gave me what I came for. Characters, dialogue, that's fine. You gave me dragons. You gave me dragons fighting other dragons, fighting other dragons. And you gave me a good 10 minutes of that. And I was not expecting this. I didn't come into this episode thinking we was going to have dragon on dragon on dragon. I'm going to be thinking about this episode for a while. This was a very good episode. Solid episode. So action absolutely carried this. And I would say that, again, we don't really know the fate of Aegon. I feel like you wounded Vhagar. We lost Rhys, which sucks from a personal level, but it's not a major loss for Team Black. It is a loss that they lost the dragon, but she did potentially take out the king. She showed that the king was weak. So if Aegon was taken off the board, that's a major win for Team Black. That's a major win if you could kill a king. But it was dragon for a dragon. They lost their biggest dragon, but they still have more dragons. So I like the fact that the scales are kind of getting played with in this case. I had a good time. I think I'm going to give this a 9.5. I think I'm going to give it, I have fun with it. I have fun with it. You pulled at my emotional heartstrings at the end. That's pretty much all I could ask for. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 9.5. Great episode. Great episode. But let me see where y'all are at with it. Let me scroll. We got a 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 8, 10, 10, 8. We're going to round that down to a 10. 9. Round down to a 10. Wait, I missed it. There we go. 8.5. 9.95. 9.5. 10. 9.5. 9.5. 10. 9. 8. 9.5. 8.5. All right. 9.5. 10. 8.5. 10. 8. 9. 9. Hold on. Who else I can see here? 9, 10. Easily the best of the episode season so far. 9, 9.9, 9.5, 9.5, 10. 10. Who else? Another 8. All right. Guys, this was a fantastic episode. Fantastic, spectacular episode. I cannot wait to see what happens next. We in the end game. We in the end game at this point. Like, gloves are off. The battle is on. Babies have been lost. Dragons are down. Kings have fallen. Let's go. I'm ready. I want to see 5-on-1. I want to see all 4-5 dragons team up and beat Vhagar. I want all of Rhaenyra's dragons to go straight to King's Landing and be like, hey, yo, Vhagar, come outside. We just want to talk. Come out. Come on. We're not going to do nothing. Come outside. I want to see. I need blood. I need retribution. Y'all not going to take Rhaenys and you're not going to get some payback. I need some licks back. Don't go Dracarysing a couple of people on the ground. I don't care about them. I want some dragon blood. I need to see them jump Vhagar, whatever, Vhagar. Go jump them. Beat them down. I'm here for this action. I'm here for it. Anyway, guys, that's all we got for today. I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out. If you're new here, appreciate you coming through. We are going to be here every Monday around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless some madness happens again. Now, if some madness happens again, we might have to do this on Sunday nights. I don't know. It's already past my bedtime, but if something crazy like this happens again, we're going to have to do this on Sunday. But normally, we will be here on Monday nights to give you guys time to digest, think about it. Like I said, I didn't want y'all to have the internet spoil it because you know the internet was going to spoil it for you. But we also are going to pick back up on the Acolyte. You know, as y'all know, I was sick, so I couldn't do it, but we'll double up and catch up on that on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then, of course, on Fridays, we have our live chats where we talk about all the news from the week. That's where we have a good time and talk about all of that stuff. So anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all so much for taking the time to watch today and to participate. I really do appreciate y'all every single time. Feel free, if you're watching on the replay, leave your comments. That is the time when I get an opportunity to interact with y'all on the replay as well. Make sure you guys have a good start of your week. You know the routine. Wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. And until next time, support Black jobs. All right.